Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Amma ba'du fa'udhu billahi من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In today's Quran class tonight, I wanted to address a side topic. This topic does not have anything to do with the current tafsir of Surah Al-Baqarah that we're going through, but it has to do with a question, sort of a question that I had received earlier this morning from an individual. This question was related to the day of Ashura and the fast that Holy Prophet was on. This specific day, a nation was saved from an oppressor, namely the month of Ramadan, and the fast of Ashura became optional. Whoever wanted to fast would fast, and whoever did not. During the reign of Yazid, Sahibzada Mirza Mubarak Ahmad Sahib, who passed away at a very young age, they were playing nearby, and Hazrat Masih Maud called them to himself and said, "Bachcho, aao, आज तुम्हें एक कहानी सुनाता हूँ, that my children and I will narrate the story to you." And then Hazrat Nawab Mubarak Begum Sahiba radiyallahu ta'ala anha narrated that Hazrat Masih Maud would then talk about the day of those children, that Hazrat Nawab Mubarak Begum Sahiba radiyallahu ta'ala anha remembered it all the way to the threshold of Ali Muhammad. The Prophet was informed about this news that Allah has blessed him with a grandson. Holy Prophet himself came to the house of Hazrat Fatima and named his grandson Hussein, which means a piece of beauty, Husn ka tukda. Hazrat Anas radiyallahu anhu was a servant of Holy Prophet, used to narrate that from the entire family of Holy Prophet, two individuals who were most dear to him were Imam Hassan and Imam Hussain. When Holy Prophet ﷺ passed away, Hazrat Imam Hussain was 7 years old, and 6 months later his own mother passed away, Hazrat Fatima radiyallahu anha. Regarding Imam Hussain, Holy Prophet ﷺ once mentioned, once he was giving a private sermon and Imam Hassan and Imam Hussain entered the masjid, and Holy Prophet ﷺ came down from his mimbar, from his podium, and he hugged his grandchildren, and then he said that whoever loves these two loves me, and whoever harbors any rancor against them harbors rancor against me. Companions of Holy Prophet ﷺ used to mention that the individual who was most resembling Holy Prophet ﷺ in many virtues was Hazrat Imam Hussain radiyallahu ta'ala. It was the year 56 after Hijrah, exactly this, fearing that if they do not do this, then the Muslim empire, the Muslim nation will tear into pieces. However, there were 3 well-known individuals who abstained from doing the bath of Yazid. These 3 individuals were Hazrat Abdullah ibn Umar radiyallahu anhuma, Hazrat Abdullah bin Zubair radiyallahu anhuma, and Hazrat Imam Hussain radiyallahu anhu. These 3 individuals did not do the bath of Yazid, believed, because he was living a life which was contrary to what the Islamic teachings are. His life in its own was un-Islamic, the way he was living his life. And it was because of this reason that these 3 individuals held the belief that Yazid does not deserve to be called Khalifatul Muslimin, the leader of the Muslims. In the year 60 after Hijrah, Amir Muawiyah radiallahu anhu, he passed away, and now his son Yazid became the emperor of the Muslim empire. He became the governor, the ruler of the state of Syria. And one of the first things he did is he sent a message to the governor of Medina, the city of Medina, that these three individuals are there, the elders of Islam. Make them do my bayah. Upon this, Hazrat Imam Hussain and Abdullah bin Zubair radiallahu anhuma left Medina and went to Makkah. When Hazrat Imam Hussain reached Makkah, he started receiving thousands of letters. He received thousands of letters stating that the people of Kufa are willing to do his bayah instead of Yazid. And they wanted Imam Hussain to assume their leadership. So Hazrat Imam Hussain sent his cousin, the son of his own uncle, Muslim bin Aqil. He sent him to Kufa, where he went and made his investigation and found out that about 18,000 people are willing to do the bay'ah of Hussain. At this, Imam Hussain radiallahu anhu started thinking about migrating to Kufa, going to Kufa. Hazrat Abdullah bin Abbas radiallahu anhuma and some other elders of Islam counseled Imam Hussain against this. However, Imam Hussain decided that he will perform istikhara, and as a result of istikhara, then he will decide. So he performed the istikhara, and then as a result of his istikhara, he decided that he is going to Kufa. From some narrations, it becomes evident that Imam Hussain might have been revealed by Allah the Almighty that he is going to be ultimately martyred in the way of God. Anyhow, Yazid found out that Imam Hussain radiallahu anhu has sent his cousin Muslim bin Aqil to Kufa, where the people of Kufa have done the bay'ah of Imam, arrested Hazrat Muslim bin Aqil, and gave different kinds of lalach. He tried to win the people of Kufa over by offering them money and different expensive gifts. And the people of Kufa readily accepted the offer. They readily accepted the offer of Ibn Ziyad. Soon after, Hazrat Muslim bin Aqil was martyred. Before he was martyred, he sent a letter to Imam Hussain saying that the people of Kufa have betrayed you, now there is no need for you to come here. But this letter reached Hazrat Imam Hussain quite late. It was already too late. The day Imam Hussain left from Makkah for Kufa is the same day when Hazrat Muslim bin Aqil was martyred in the way of God. It was the 3rd of Zulhijjah, the 60th year after Hijrah. The distance from Makkah to Karbala is about 900 kilometers, which Hazrat Imam Hussain covered over the span of 1 month. And when Imam Hussain, before Karbala, came to a point which is called Khuzaima, he received this news regarding the martyrdom of Hazrat Muslim bin Aqil. His cousin had been killed in the way of Allah. Now he counseled his family members, and there were 72 members from his own family and some other folks that were with him, some other individuals that were with him. And then apart from this, there was some other people that were accompanying him at that time. The brothers of Hazrat Muslim bin Aqil said that left is allowed to leave. So those individuals who were accompanying Hazrat Imam Hussain from among the general crowd, they left, and now only 72 individuals were left who were accompanying the Imam. This predominantly included the members of the family of Holy Prophet ﷺ. There is a place, Hur bin Yazid with his 1,000 soldiers met Hazrat Imam Hussain and those 72 individuals, and he gave Imam Hussain the directive which he had brought with him, that he was there to take Imam Hussain to Kufa. And now the discussion was happening while these two camps are moving forward. The 1,000 soldiers under the leadership or command of Hur bin Yazid are walking side by side with the people who were accompanying Hazrat Imam Hussain, and they're having this discussion. They came to a point which is called Qasr Bani Muqatil. There, Hazrat Hussain one night fell asleep, and he saw in a dream that these people are about to be destroyed, annihilated, referring to the opposite people, the opposite camp. That whatever these people are about to do, as a result of it, these people are going to be destroyed by Allah the Almighty. Then Imam Hussain, to stay there or move towards Kufa. Ultimately, both the forces ended up in the field of Karbala. On the 3rd of Muharram, Amr bin Saad was sent by the governor of Kufa with an army of 4,000 soldiers on the 3rd of Muharram. These 4,000 soldiers were led by Amr bin Saad, and he came in front of Imam Hussain and he said, "Why are you here?" And Imam Hussain replied, he said that, "I was asked by the people of Kufa, look, I have thousands of letters by their leaders and their general public who asked me to come, and that's why I'm going to Kufa. However, if the people of Kufa have changed their mind, then I am willing to turn around and go back." This was reported back to Kufa, and the governor of Kufa found this news to be somewhat pleasing, that there might not be any Hussain. Until these people, the same people who had asked Imam Hussain to come and had done the bath of Imam Hussain at the hands of Muslim bin Aqil, now were willing to kill Hazrat Imam Hussain. It is reported that around 15,000 soldiers, 15,000 soldiers left Kufa to go and fight against Imam Hussain, so that nobody from the camp of Imam Hussain be allowed to drink from Euphrates River. On the 7th of Muharram, Imam Hussain sent 50 of his companions to go and fetch water in different. He asked for him to come over. He did. And then Imam Hussain told him that, look, you're about to fight the family of the Holy Prophet of Islam, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Come in your senses, what exactly are you trying to do here? The governor of Kufa found out that Ibn Saad is trying to negotiate a deal with Imam Hussain, and right away he dispatched Shimr Zil-Jawshan, the maternal relative of Imam Hussain, to go to Karbala and assume the leadership, to assume the command of the army and remove Ibn Saad. So on the 9th of Muharram, Shimr Zil-Jawshan told Ibn Saad, either start the fight, start the war, the battle, or move aside and let me take the lead. At this, Ibn Saad decided that he is going to move forward with them. He also gave this order that behind the camps, behind their tents, a trench should be dug up and dry wood should be filled in it, so that when the army of the opposite side comes, the trench could be used as a defense mechanism. That same night, he, meaning Imam Hussain, was praying to Allah, and in a dream he saw that dogs are attacking him. So it moved him. He woke up and he was moved. His sister, Hazrat Zainab bint Ali, she came and she started having this discussion, and she said that after Rasulullah's demise, after Hazrat Ali and Hazrat Fatima radiyallahu anhuma's demise, after Hazrat Imam Hassan's demise, you're the only one that we have now left. And she desired that it be her who is killed in the way of God and the life of Imam Hussain be spared. Imagine the emotions that she was going through, knowing that her own brother, the grandson of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, is about to be killed. Imagine the feeling of that brother, Imam Hussain, what must be going through his mind. He consoled his sister. In the morning, he put on the turban, the amama of Holy Prophet ﷺ, and got ready to go into the battlefield. Before the fight began, he gave a long speech in which he introduced himself as the grandson of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And he mentioned the whole background of why he was there and how he was there. And the people who had written to Imam Hussain were facing him in the battlefield now. And Imam Hussain called out their leaders by name that, look, was it not you who sent me this letter in which you stated, come and we will do your bad? When he had made the speech, Hur bin Yazid, the same individual who was sent in the first place to bring Imam Hussain to Kufa, he on his horse came running towards Imam Hussain, threw his shield on the ground, and asked Imam Hussein's forgiveness. He said, I am the one who brought you here. I am the one who is now asking for your forgiveness. Please forgive me and allow me to participate in this battle from your side, on your behalf. Imam Hussain forgave him and gave him the permission. When the people with Imam Hussain who were accompanying him, when they wanted to start the fight, Imam Hussain told them not to. He said, we will not start the fight. Then Ibn Sa'd, the commander of the opposite army, he started the fight. At this, Hur, but before this fight could begin, Imam Hussain prayed to Allah the Almighty. And then Hur asked Imam Hussein's permission and went and he killed 40 individuals of the opposite army, which moments earlier he was part of. He killed 40 of those individuals and ultimately he himself died as a martyr. After Hur, 15 other individuals from the camp of Imam Hussain, one after another, went, killed scores of the enemies and then died themselves in the way of Allah. Eldest son of Hazrat Imam Hussain, Ali Akbar, who fought valiantly and died in the way of God. Then his younger brother, Ali Akbar, who was an infant, and he was in the lap of Hazrat Imam Hussain. He was martyred. An arrow came and struck that baby in the throat, and as a result of that child died. 20 members from the family of Holy Prophet ﷺ, one after another, were martyred, until nobody was left to fight alongside Imam Hussain, and it was just Imam Hussain. Imam Hussain started fighting the enemy's camp on the right, on the left, until he became extremely tired. So he went on his horse towards the river Euphrates, and he wanted his horse to drink the water first. But some narrations say that the horse did not drink first. The horse wanted Imam Hussain to drink first. So Imam Hussain got off his horse, and with his own hands he got some water to drink. And before he could drink, an arrow came and hit him on his cheek, and blood started to gush forth. And then another arrow came and struck him in his forehead, because of which his entire face became covered with blood. Then another arrow came, which was poisoned, to crush the body of Imam Hussain with their horses. And 10 of his soldiers came forward, and they ran over the body of Imam Hussain radiallahu ta'ala anhu again and again and again and again. When all of this was done and his body was examined, there were 45 wounds on his body which were a result of different arrows. 45. There were 33 wounds caused loot the tents of Imam Hussain and his family. So much so that they even tried to snatch the chadars, the hijab that the family members of the Holy Prophet ﷺ were covering themselves with. Hazrat Masih Maud had mentioned that these were the people of Yazid Palid, Yazid the dirty one. And in a narration it is found that in 40 days all these people who had attacked Imam Hussain met their end in a very unique way. Some died of plague, some died of different illnesses, which was a sign from Allah the Almighty. Hazrat Masih Maud mentioned that day the sky turned red. On that day the sky turned red. So this is the story of the martyrdom, the ultimate sacrifice that Imam Hussain radiallahu anhu and the members of the family of Holy Prophet had rendered. Some people say that Imam Hussain rebelled against the emperor of the time, and this is wrong. It wasn't him rebelling against the emperor of the time. Yazid was not Khalifa of the time. He was a cruel oppressor. And Imam Hussain fighting against Yazid Palid was his way of trying to defend the innocent from the oppressor. The very people, he was a man of high resolve, of high status in spirituality and morality. And we all ought to follow him. And he said that, pray that मैंने पढ़ी नहीं, मैं पढ़ के इस बारे में फिर आपको जवाब दे सकता हूँ. So the question has been asked that that there is a hadith in which Holy Prophet mentioned to Abu Sufyan that I smell something foul coming from your blood, referring towards what his progeny, meaning the progeny, the children of Abu Sufyan, because Amir Muawiyah was the son of Abu Sufyan, and then Yazid Palid was the son of Amir Muawiyah. So referring to the grandson of Abu Sufyan, Holy Prophet apparently made this statement. But because I have not studied this narration,